Hi everybody, Jo here again. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you're keeping well. I hope January's going well for you. Now today we're just going to make a fun background and we're going to use our gel press. And mainly because the gel press is one of those tools that, you know what us crafters are like, we tend to buy things and we leave them in the cupboard, don't we, or on the shelf. Now, I'm going to do as I talk. Now the light's not very good here in Cheshire today. In fact, it's dark and it is tippling it down. So if we get a reflection from my acrylic block, all I can do is apologise. I really do need a studio, don't I, where I could record these. Can you imagine if I tell Carl, oh please love, can you just build me a little studio on the back of the house? Right, gel press. I'm taking it out of its protective cover. For me, I would always recommend keeping them in the protective cover. You don't want any objects to go on your gel press and actually spoil it. And for me, I like to put mine on an acrylic plate. Two reasons. One, I know that I'm not going to rest it on an uneven surface and it damage the back of it. It pick up that shape. And two, I'm going to lift it up. Now we're going to use two colours of Elements inks for this, and I'm going to use Blue Atoll and Midnight Blue. But believe you me, once you start doing this technique, if you're anything like me, you'll have so much fun, you'll just want to keep doing it again and again. And I do recommend, you know, if you're somebody who watches these and you want to know exactly what we use, we do put a description in the little description box. But also, maybe watch the video through if you want to join in first, and then get your stuff together and have a play. So that's the Blue Atoll. I've just put it straight, direct to gel press, and I'm just going to brayer across just to make it even and take that off on a piece of copy paper. Don't over brayer your work, because what happens is you will actually take some of the ink off if you do that. And I'm going to choose a stencil, and for this one I've gone for the flower spray. But again, I'm afraid if I were you, I'd get, if you want to have a go at this, get yourself plenty of card, get yourself plenty of different stencils and plenty of different ink pads, because I just literally do this time and time again. Now I'm going to take my brayer, Mr Billy brayer, and just put the darker ink now over the top. Again, I'm not going to over brayer. Just make sure the whole area is covered. Now, should you wish, you could use a smoothie or a stencil brush. I just, because I'm a bit of a, want to do it nice and quick, I'm just using Mr Billy brayer. And then all you need to do is lift this up, get yourself a piece of card, and I'm using multifarious, and this one is actually 7 by 7. And I'm going to take my gel press, and look, I can decide where I want it. I could use a smaller piece of card if I want, but for me, I'd like a border. So press it down and look at that. How quick and easy was that? But as I say, imagine all the possibilities you've got. Give it a good rub, lift it off, and look at that. If I bring that closer, I just think that's a fabulous background. Now, to clean your gel press, either use a piece of card or a piece of copy paper. That's all you need to do. Now, quite often the second print there, we call that the ghost print. Now that for me would make a lovely insert to go. If I had that on my top or on front of my card, what a lovely insert. And because it's pale, you could still stamp a sentiment on there, or even just another background. That's your freebie, your twofer. So that means your gel press can go away back in its little box. But I'll just file it on the floor next to Eric for the minute. Because what we want to do is, we've got our stencil here with all this lovely ink. So, as always, it's time for Eric to have his shower. Although I have to say, he got so wet this morning when we went for a walk. And we don't want to waste that ink. So let's just put that in our journal. Now you could use this on a piece of card. If you're not joining in with our journal journey, that's fine. Just get yourself another piece of card. But as I say, I do warn you, when you start doing this, you will need lots and lots of different pieces of card because you go through so many. Now again, I cleaned my brayer on my copy paper here. Now again, that could be another background, or I could have cleaned it in my journal. Now when you do this technique, it does vary with the amount of water you've added, but also how long you leave the stencil on the card. But I lift that up, look at that. And as it dries, it will look even better. So you can see more of the detail of the stencil here. But as I say, as it dries, you will see more. But at the end of the day, this is just a background. And as you know, I love these. When I come to add something into my journal, it might be I've got a nice little topper that will just fit there and it will show that. How beautiful is that? Now, I've got a couple of, we'll just move these. We're filing everything on the floor today. So this is the background we've just made, and that was with the blue atoll and the midnight blue. But I just want to show you, here's one that I made, and no two will look exactly the same, and it does vary. And look, that was one of my cleanup when I made this one earlier. And the amount of detail there, sometimes it varies how much ink you've put on. And I love these bits, look. So we'll pop that to one side. Now this is one that I made with the green sleeves and the olive ink pad. And this was the flurry stencil. So again, as I say, get yourself all your stencils out, your different ink pads. And I had to go with my round. So again, this was with Roland. So again, choose, you know, a different shape of your gel press. And I put this on one of our circular cards. Oh, Roland's been a bit difficult. He won't stand still. So again, because you put it on your acrylic block look, you can decide where to place it. And that one was using the russet orange and the olive ink pads. But again, you can come up with so many different combinations. But I thought that worked rather well, and I can't wait to stamp on top of that. So all these backgrounds are great for stamping on. So, oh, look at that. I've got a lovely stencil print on my finger there. How wonderful is that? Now, this one I created, and I've stamped it up just to show you. And this was using the abstract, I think this one is. And I must admit, I've not used this stencil very much. And it does remind me of slices across orange or lemon. I know we used to get little jelly ones at Christmas. I've not had those for years. And the two ink pads I went there, I used confetti for the background and then the Emperor Red on top. And then just to show you, because I know you're going to ask, what do we do with all our backgrounds? That one, I have very simply stamped Ariel and Rufus. And then to add a little bit, again, it's ink on our card. I've just brought in my pastel pencils and I've added, especially, I thought where I wanted some nice yellow, I've just gone for a pastel, and again, I've just smudged it to help set it. So if you're somebody who you think the gel pen's too bright, as I know some people do, I'm just using my pastel pencil for my highlights, look, and my shadows. And again, a sentiment on there, and that's a card design finished. But if Mr MoJo's gone on holiday, as so many of you have said, this with the gel press is a lovely way to make backgrounds. And then once you've got those PhDs, those projects half done, maybe you could get them all together one day and start stamping them up. I mean, look how many we've got. And if you want to watch this again and join in, remember all you need, your gel press, Mr Billy Brayer, some card, some ink pads and a stencil, and you too can make all these different backgrounds. So I hope you have fun, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. I need to go and start stamping some of these up, don't I? And you know what the thing is for me, I never know which is my favourite, because I love the dark ones, but I also love the ghost prints. So I hope you have fun with your gel press. Please share your makes on social media. We love to see what you do. And also you inspire each other. I bet you've got a favourite stencil, a different one to the one I've used. I can't wait to see what that looks like. So you take care, everybody. Have a fabulous week. Have a lovely weekend when it arrives. Much love and hugs from me. Bye for now.